Sri Mahaganapathe Namaha, Sri Saraswati Namaha, Sri Padavallabha, Narasimha Saraswati, Sri Guru Dattatreya Namaha. Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha, Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha, Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha, Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha, Bodhayata Tvam Gananatha, Sampadayata Tvam Gananatha, Bodhayata Tvam Gananatha, Sampadayata Tvam Gananatha, Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha, Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha, Pataya Yogam Mayinatha, Paripalaya Samvida Matanatha, Pataya Yogam Mayinatha, Paripalaya Samvida Matanatha, Sadhaya Nitaram Dhishutim, Mama Bhadaya Chanta Malarutim, Sadhaya Nitaram Dhishutim, Mama Bhadaya Chanta Malarutim, Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha, Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha, Satyam Nityam Jnanamanantam Shantam Kantam Saukyamakhanda, Satyam Nityam Jnanamanantam Shantam Kantam Saukyamakhanda, Achalam Prachalam Suchiranjanavam Tava Mama Chaikam Tattva Bodhay, Achalam Prachalam Suchiranjanavam Tava Mama Chaikam Tattva Bodhay, Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha, Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha, Disha me Saukyam Maranavadhi, Atasu Saukyam Charamavati, Disha me Saukyam Maranavadhi, Atasu Saukyam Charamavati, Sarvatra Chaitanyam Pushtim Shivam, Sri Sachchidananda Yogodbhavam, Sarvatra Chaitanya Pushtim Shivam, Sri Sachchidananda Yogodbhavam, Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha, Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha, Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha, Palaya Gananatha, Paripalaya Gananatha. Now, yesterday, Hanuman story, we came Ramayana, Vali Sugriva's friendship, and after that, and he given to task to find out Sita's. The Ravana kidnapped Sri Lanka, not Sri Lanka, I mean not this Sri Lanka. Don't mistake. That Sri Lanka is not there, no more. And the water in the sea, underwater. No. Now Hanumanta is divided so many Vanara Sainyas, Vanara battles. And Hanumanta, he went south side, and then he decided to jump the ocean to Sri Lanka. I think Hanumanta is little bit cursed in the boyhood. If somebody prays, and then he become a Vishwarupam. Hides his coming energy automatically. Somebody wants some praising always. And then after that, the Hanumanta, he is gigantic, the figure. And he took the form of Vishwarupam. And he jumped the ocean to Lanka. In the middle, so many stories came. So not necessary the stories. And the Indian language, Swamiji explained about the stories as a beautiful stories and beautiful meaning stories. But now not necessary because we have no time. That's we also jumping to story jumping. No, Hanumanta jumped the ocean, so we are jumping to stories jumping. No. But each story is like a meaningful, adhyatmic, the spiritual meaning. Each sentence is, as now we are coming to Valmiki Ramayana. Before that, Valmiki Sundarakanda, before, we explained Samhita, Parashara Samhita, the Hanumanta stories book, Parashara Samhita. It's a very sacred book. Until the Rama came Kishkinda Kanda and he took Sugriva's friendship. Yesterday we killed Vali. Now Hanumanta has jumped Lanka. That what happened in Sri Lanka, in the ocean, in the middle of the ocean, there was some hindrance came. And all angels is together, they want to test to Hanumanta. That's why the angels sent Surasa. So what happened now, Surasa?
Jai Guru Datta, prostrations at the lotus feet of Sadguru Shri Swamiji. All of us are indeed blessed that from his sacred mouth we are hearing this wonderful life story of Lord Hanuman. As Shri Swamiji was saying, Hanuman takes off. But the devatas who always wish to test the capacity of the devotee wanted to test Hanuman too. So they requested Surasa, an aged Nagadevata, to offer a great test to Hanuman. While Hanuman was flying, he saw in the horizon a great lump of body mass which was rising from the sea. It was a terrible sight. It had nothing but a great head and volcano-like red eyes. Naturally, Hanuman did not fear. Neither did he get angry. He just concentrated and intensely observed. He then understood that the person in front was in fact a devata and she was there just to test him. But she had assumed this terrible form. Then lightning and thunder started all around that form. That creature invited, "Oh Hanuman, come to me. Devatas have indeed offered me a very good food today. I have their permission to consume you as my food today. Now I will open my mouth, come and you just fall in it." Still Hanuman did not get any aversion towards her. He folded his hands in namaskar and told her, while still flying, "Oh Mata, my pranams to you. I am on my assignment from Lord Rama. I am going to Lanka as his messenger. This is the kingdom of Rama. You are in his kingdom. It is your dharma to help me in my mission. So please don't come across. Please don't stop me." Hearing this from Hanuman, Surasa growled and said, Hanuman, I have special powers from a boon from Brahma. If I open my mouth, anything in front has to go inside. There is no exception for anybody. Even Devatas cannot escape this boon. Now I am opening my mouth, you have to come inside. Hanuman prayed, Oh Mata, please leave me now. I will come back after my mission. You can have me then. This is my oath. Please believe me. Surasa did not agree. Hanuman got angry and accepted her challenge. Saying so, Hanuman grew in size to 10 yojanas. That's a big size, I must tell you. Surasa too opened her mouth. She opened 20 yojanas. So the competition continued. Hanuman finally reached 90 yojanas. That's very big. Surasa opened her mouth wide and wide. She reached 100 yojanas. Then suddenly, Hanuman reduced his size to the size of a thumb. Imagine a small thumb. While Surasa was still displaying her powers of Mahima, which is the capacity or the power to open, to grow large and large, Hanuman also was doing it. But suddenly, Hanuman switched his powers to that of Anima, that is, becoming the size of an atom, becoming smaller and smaller. He changed his form to that of a thumb at such a speed, Surasa, the aged Surasa, could not match his speed. Before Surasa could shrink her mouth, Hanuman entered her mouth and also came out of it within a fraction of a second. Before Surasa could understand what was happening, Hanuman had safely entered her mouth and had come out. Hanuman said, O mother, I have fulfilled your wish. I entered your mouth, but before you could consume, I even escaped. So kindly permit my journey and bless my journey. Surasa appreciated the capability of Hanuman and blessed him that he would achieve the work of Rama. Hanuman's journey continued smoothly. Hanuman was flying. Hanuman's form also had grown larger and larger, and he was flying very high in the sky. He cast a giant shadow on the sea. It was an astounding shadow. Such huge was it. So while in flight, Hanuman felt the wind pressure against him suddenly. He also felt that his speed was slowing down. When he observed what was happening, he even noticed that his altitude was reducing drastically. He was falling down drastically. After a while, he also felt that someone was pulling him down. He felt that he was being sucked into a vortex of typhoon. He started to think deeply. Then he remembered the advice of Sugriva about one Simhika, a demon lady. Hanumanta understood suddenly that he was in her territory and he was under her influence. Simhika was a strange demon who lived underwater. She had the power to slurp any shadow that fell on her on the water surface. Because of this prowess, she had got the name Chaya Grahini, which means usurper of a shadow. Hanuman then prayed to Lord Rama to bless him so that he can face this stiff challenge. Prayer of Hanuman.
The story is going like this. All angels, they wondered of Hanumanta's energy, and he is clever. And the Hanumanta is suddenly started chanting Rama Mantram. How many times he is chanting? All the times he is chanting Rama Mantram. He is getting more and more energy. That's why rāmaṁ, he is very taste the Rama Mantram. The Valmiki Ramayana has a special mantram. They says, rāmaṁ śyāmala mēgha kōmalaruciṁ Rakendu bimbananam Rāmaṁ śyāmala mēgha kōmalaruciṁ Rakendu bimbananam Rāmaṁ śyāmala mēgha kōmalaruciṁ Rakendu bimbananam Rakendu bimbananam Rāmaṁ śyāmala रविजार्चितं रघुवरं रत्नोज्ज्वलत्कुण्डलम् रत्नोज्ज्वलत्कुण्डलम् रक्षोग्नं रविजार्चितं रघुवरं रत्नोज्ज्वलत्कुण्डलम् रत्नोज्ज्वलत्कुण्डलम् रामं श्यामलं मेघकोमलरुचिं राकेन्दुबिम्बाननं राकेन्दुबिम्बाननं राजीवाक्षममानुषं रणबलं प्रोग्रं रमानुग्रहम् प्रोग्रं रमानुग्रहम् राजीवाक्षममानुषं रणबल प्रोग्रं रमानुग्रहम् प्रोग्रं रमानुग्रहम् रामं श्यामलं मेघकोमलरुचिं राकेन्दुबिम्बाननं राकेन्दुबिम्बाननं राजेन्द्रं रमणीयरूपमसकृत् ध्याये जगन्मोहनं ध्याये जगन्मोहनं राजेन्द्रं रमणीयरूपमसकृत् ध्याये जगन्मोहनं ध्याये जगन्मोहनं हरे रामं श्यामल मेघकोमलरुचिं राकेन्दुबिम्बाननं राकेन्दुबिम्बाननं रक्षोग्नं रविजार्चितं रघुवरं रत्नोज्ज्वलत्कुण्डलं रक्षोग्नं रविजार्चितं रघुवरं रत्नोज्ज्वलत्कुण्डलं रत्नोज्ज्वलत्कुण्डलं राजीवाक्षममानुषं रणबल प्रोग्रं रमानुग्रहम् प्रोग्रं रमानुग्रहम् राजीवाक्षममानुषं रणबलं प्रोग्रं रमानुग्रहम् हरे राजेन्द्र रमणीयरूपमसकृत् ध्याये जगन्मोहनं ध्याये जगन्मोहनं राजेन्द्रं रमणीयरूपमसकृत् ध्याये जगन्मोहनं ध्याये जगन्मोहन हरे रामं श्यामलमेघकोमलरुचिं राकेन्दुबिम्बाननं राकेन्दुबिम्बाननं रक्षोग्नं रविजार्चितं रघुवरं रत्नोज्ज्वलत्कुण्डलं रत्नोज्ज्वलत्कुण्डलं रामं श्यामलमेघकोमलरुचिं राकेन्दुबिम्बाननं राकेन्दुबिम्बाननं राजीवाक्षममानुषं रणबल प्रोग्रं रमानुग्रहम् प्रोग्रं रमानुग्रहम् राजेन्द्रं रमणीयरूपमसकृत् ध्याये जगन्मोहनं ध्याये जगन्मोहनं रामं श्यामलमेघकोमलरुचिं राकेन्दुबिम्बाननं 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 राकेन्दुबिम्बाननं. Now he is singing all the times. So Rama always protecting the Hanumanta's gigantic work. Now again, very hindrance, mistake.
So this Simhika demon was trying to absorb Hanuman into her large mouth. With this prayer to Lord Rama, Hanuman started to increase his size. As he was falling down faster and faster, but at the same time he ensured that he grew in size. Hanuman grew and grew. Simhika found it more and more difficult to swallow that sized Hanuman, but the adamant demon did not give up. She kept on increasing her size of her mouth and was trying her best to swallow him. As Hanuman was coming down, he carefully observed that giant open mouth. He also saw its internal organs. He saw it so deep that he could see her heart and all the veins surrounding the demon's heart. As he came closer and closer to Simhika, Hanuman did the same trick he did on Surasa. He drastically reduced his size to the normal form, and like a thunder, he bolted into the wide open mouth of Simhika and went straight to the central part of her heart. He ripped apart her heart and the nerves and the veins all around, and with the same speed he dashed out. Simhika had a painful and cruel death. She moaned and groaned as she died. Hanuman did not even look back or rest, but his only aim was to find Sita. He continued his journey towards Lanka.
So, the Hanumantas, all angels, they're giving prize to pray. Yasya tvetani Chatvari, Yasya tvetani Chatvari, Vanarendra yatha tava, Smrutihi, Drutihi, Matihi, Daraksham, Sakarmasu Nasidati, Yasya tvetani Chatvari, Vanarendra yatha tava, Smrutihi, Drutihi, Matihi, Daraksham, Sakarmasu Nasidati. So all radio listeners, I am giving to you the Valmiki Ramayana's Shlokas like a mantras. You maybe get a little bit confusion, but don't confuse, because the story is the same, the Ramayana story. I have took Ramayana story. Please listen, concentrate, then you understand the Hanumanta stories. Now, all angels praising to Hanumanta. Hanumanta again his Vishwarupam. Again he got some energy, and then his journey is going, continuation journey to ocean.
The Devatas were also very keenly interested that Hanuman reaches Lanka. All of them had surrounded the sky and were watching his progress. So, after their test, whenever he felt an impediment, they were equally worried. So, when Hanuman killed the demoness Simhika, the Devatas praised him through the shloka which Swamiji just recited for us. The meaning of that shloka is, "Hey, the best of ape, you are the Vanara Indra, Vanarendra, the king of the Vanaras." They say that, Hanuman, your courage, your capabilities, and your timeliness is matched by none. You will for certain complete the work of Rama. So praise the Devatas. Hanuman was even more encouraged by this praise and the blessings from the Devatas. He proceeded further even faster. After a while, Hanuman could see a landmass from high above the sky. He observed. He recognized it at the great Lanka island. Sugriva had described to Hanumanta the features of that island. Just the look of Lanka brought a great happiness and great respite to Hanuman. He was very concerned and he was very worried whether he would spot Lanka or not. Imagine the great responsibility he was carrying, the task of the master, the worries of Lord Rama was on his shoulders. So, just by seeing Lanka, Hanuman had great happiness.
And at the same time he is afraid about Lanka, because it's Ravana's the house, the palace, and he has seen the Lanka, and he is afraid of how to jump this Lanka. Then he prayed Vayu Deva.
Hanuman, devotees, we should not confuse here with our Sri Lanka, which is under India, and the Ravana's Lanka. Here we are speaking two different Lankas. This story happened in Treta Yuga, millions of years ago, before the Gondavan islands and the landmass of Asia and everything got mixed up. So here we are speaking of a different geographical feature. This Lanka was in a different region. Hanuman saw this Lanka. He saw the beautiful ocean surrounding the island, and he could see the white sand beaches, the palm trees, the beautiful rainforests, the cloud-covered hills, and the rivers that were flowing from the hills, and the waterfalls, and the place where they were joining the sea. Coconut groves beyond the rivers, various cities on this island, big buildings. Seeing all this, Hanuman was very, very happy. Then he thought, if I go near this island with my large farm, the demons will spot me and all their attention will turn towards me. Thinking this, Hanuman reduced his size to his normal size. Hanuman almost swooned at the beauty of Lanka, they said. Hanuman then thought of the various options, what to do. He then concluded that it was best for him to wait for it to get dark and then sneak inside. As Hanuman spotted Trikuta hill above Lanka, Hanuman thought whether he is tired or not, but he himself was not tired. He was amused. Why am I not tired? Then he realized that he had the capacity and he was capable of jumping 1000 yojanas, that is thousands and thousands of kilometers. This jump was just a mere 100 yojanas. Compared to his capacity, this was nothing. The time when he approached Lanka was about 3 p.m. The sun was shining ferociously. Since Lanka was an island, it was quite windy. Hanuman wondered what to do next. He did not want to enter the main city. So he spent some time jumping from tree to tree in the forest of the Trikuta hills around the main fort city. From the fort, he could see tall buildings rising above the fort wall. He spotted a queer hill which was lean and tall. He easily scaled the hill. From the top of that hill, he had a panoramic view of that beautiful Lanka. Seeing the beauty of Lanka, Hanuman almost swooned. He was astonished at the beauty of Lanka. The planned construction, wide roads, tall and beautiful buildings were simply beautiful. The security of the city seemed tight. He was surprised at the warrior-like features and the aura all the soldiers had. Hanuman ensured that he was not spotted. Hanuman thought of the various pros and cons, and he thought of his options. He then concluded that it was best for him to wait for the day to get dark and then to sneak inside the fort. He then simply sat on a tree. As he was waiting for the day to become dark, he saw the full moon rise from the sea. It was one of the most beautiful sights Hanuman had ever seen. First he was worried at the beginning that the full moon light would give him and the Rakshasas would spot him. But then he thought that the luminance of the full moon would help him to see the roads and the buildings better. As night commenced, Hanuman approached the northern entrance of the fort. He peeped inside the door. The guards inside were chatting and they were lax. As he was about to enter, he heard a thunderous noise. As if from nowhere, an aged demon appeared from the fort wall. She roared, "Hey, who are you? Hanuman blinked his eyes as a monkey would do and then asked, "Who you are?" This simply irritated that demon. She said, "I am called Lankini. I am the presiding deity of this Lanka. The name Lanka derives from me. Not an insect can enter this fort without my permission. Where are you coming from?" Hanuman belied her expectation to get frightened. He put up a brave face and said, "I just want to see around. I heard this is a great place." So saying, he tried to go forward. Lankini was simply wondering, where is this type of monkey coming from? She had never seen such a monkey in Lanka. Then she gave a big blow on his head. Hanuman jumped and at the same time hit hard on her chest. Lankini was squarely stunned at the sheer power of Hanuman. She fell down. Her mouth started to bleed and she was almost unconscious. She then mustered some energy, stood and folded her hands and said, "Oh great soul, I do not know you, but I do remember what Brahma told me once. I must tell you a small story here," she says to Hanuman. Ravana had been to Mount Kailas region once and he had tormented the servants of Lord Shiva, Nandi and others. Then Nandi had cursed him that his city Lanka would burn into ashes. But to save my city, because I am the presiding deity, I had ran to Brahma to help me. I went to Brahma. As I approached Brahma, I prayed Brahma thus:
vandāmahē, vandāmahē, brahmaṇyamadya, vandāmahē, 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 brahmaṇyamadya, vandāmahē, vandāmahē, brahmaṇyamadya, vandāmahē, 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 brahmaṇyamadya. एकैकमादौ तु वन्दामहे, त्रैमूर्तिकं चात वन्दामहे, वायुरुक्तवीर्यं च वन्दामहे, श्रीपुंसभूतं वन्दामहे, 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 ब्रह्माणमादिं वन्दामहे, वन्दामहे, Brahma is given to curse Ravana. Ravana, as now today that curse is finished, and then you go to inside in the Lanka. What do you want to do? You get definitely victory. The Valmiki mantra Ramayana they says like this: Pravishya Shāpokahatam Harishvara. The Valmiki Ramayana is the most powerful mantra. Pravishya Shāpokahatam Harishvara Purim Shubham Rakshasa-mukhya Palitam Didrakshaya tvam janakatmajam satim. Didrakshaya tvam janakatmajam satim. Vimarga sarvatra gato yatha sukham. Vimarga sarvatra gato yatha sukham. So the Lankini is praising to Hanumanta.
Lankini says to Hanumanta, "Hey ape warrior, May you enter this cursed city and find Sita. May you get victory. Who better else to bless Hanuman? The presiding deity of Lanka itself is blessing Hanuman that you may get victory in my city. She says to him a small story that when she went to Brahma, that he should protect this city from the curse of Nandi, Brahma laughs and says that the city would be safe till such time when Lankini himself would be defeated by a monkey. Lankini says to Hanuman, today you have hit me, O Hanuman, I almost died. You appear to have come for Sita. No one can stop you. Ravana is going to be finished. May you be successful. I will leave now. Ravana is being cursed by the presiding deity of the city where he himself is staying. What better blessings for Hanuman? Hanuman then scaled the fort wall and stepped into Lanka with his left foot. It is said in the Shastras that when you want to annihilate your enemies, you have to step into their enemy territory with your left foot forward. So Hanuman carefully did that, and as Hanuman entered the Lanka city, he was amazed by the many wonderful features of that city. Funnily, both men and women of the city were fully inebriated. They were intoxicated with alcohol. They did not appear to have a dharmic attitude. Though most of them were normal to beautiful, ugly and weirdos too were there. Many army barracks were there. Hanuman wandered around the city. He went from house to house. The area of the rich people where they were staying, the residential complexes were quite interesting. But in none of them Sita appeared to be there. He came closer to the city center where the main roads met into the main palace. It was not a simple palace. The palace itself appeared like a small town. There were more than 100,000 soldiers manning the palace. Hanuman sensed danger with that big number. He lurked around the shadows of the palace and wandered around that place. As it was close to midnight, most of the houses presented a reckless scene. He tried to ascertain the name of the house owners from the guards who were guarding those palaces. He heard the names of the great warriors like Prahasta, Vidyunmali, Indrajit, Kumbhakarna. They were all there. Inside the houses were women of many hues. Gandharva Kanyas were there, Manushyas were there, Rakshasas were there. As Hanuman kept wandering around, he was distressed that none of them matched the features of Sita. But it was no time to give up. Then he saw a great bhavan in the center of that palace. As he approached and went around that bhavan, it looked really amazing. But it also looked a little cruel. He had never seen women bodyguards and women security guards manning that place. Hanuman was about to enter, but he abruptly stopped. He then understood that it was not really a building, but a structure carried and held by thousands of small organisms and creatures. Hanuman observed intensely. It was the famous flying machine which was in the shape of a building. It was the great Pushpaka Vimana. It was in the proud possession of Ravana. Ravana lived in that Pushpaka Vimana.
Vimana means flight, not Boeing flight.
It was about 100 times the Boeing flight.
Yes.
Pushpaka Vimana is flower-like aeroplane.
Flying Vimana.
The great and mighty Ravana lived in that Pushpaka Vimana itself. Hanuman carefully avoided the traps and crevices which were prepared for the enemies, and he entered the building. He was astonished at the astounding beauty of that building. Nothing else he had ever seen remotely came close to this bhavan. It rivaled the best buildings of the great gods. There were many alcohol bars, many dancing clubs, and many restaurants scattered all around the place. As he was about to enter a room, he saw a giant bed in it. He was surprised to see an even giant person sleeping on it. Hanuman really trembled at the sheer size of that person. He then intently looked at that form. He then understood that it must have been the mighty Ravana, none else. Many women were there. They were all scattered in different postures and were sleeping. Hanuman was little embarrassed. After all, he is a poor brahmachari. But he had to check if Sita was there, what else to do. In the middle of that room was a lady with a special spiritual aura. She looked as if she had all the sattvic qualities that were put in a human form. Her facial qualities and aura made him think that she was indeed Sita. Hanuman was very excited. In Ramayana, Valmiki explains that Hanuman jumped around that room in a small form. He even kissed himself. Then a thought,
Even
a small
he kissed
thought.
himself, his tail.
He kissed his tail.
Tail.
That it was very happy that he spotted Sita.
Because he is very happy. I found Sita. But not Sita. Some disappointed now.
Then a small thought pondered. It crept in his mind. He thought, if this lady was indeed Sita, how can she be quite at home and happy? Sita, the original Sita, must be crying and unhappy. This lady had all the sattvic qualities, special aura.
Not like this.
Sita, he
may be
expected
like
a very thin Sita. But he saw, though this lady possessed all the sattvic qualities and spiritual aura, she could not have been Sita. Then he understood it must be Ravana's chief wife, Mandodari herself. It was the great Mandodari whom the Rishis worship. The Puranas speak greatly about. It was this Mandodari, the righteously wedded wife of great Ravana. Then Hanuman scanned around the room looking for Sita. He was distressed not to see Sita. Then for the first time in Ramayana, Hanuman thought of committing suicide. That thought came across him. But he consoled himself thinking, what are these thoughts? Hanuman gives one very great advice which is fit for us humans even today. Hanuman thinks, he consoles himself, he gets rid of that suicidal thought by these words. Hanuman says, what are these thoughts? As long as one lives, one has to be happy and energetic. He has to happily perform his duties. He should not think of the results. This is the best dharma. Thinking so, he got rid of his suicidal thoughts and he encouraged himself. He had nobody there to encourage him. He had to encourage himself. And he started to think of the direction in which he had to go. Hanuman then had different streams of thoughts creeping into him. He wondered if Sita was actually killed, or had she committed suicide, or did Sita jump from the chariot in which she had been kidnapped? But Hanuman felt that he still had some areas to search. Before finishing the complete search, let me not jump into conclusion, Hanuman thought. Hanuman then climbed this tall building and looked around.
Once he prayed to Vayu.
Hanuman then spotted Ashokavana, a beautiful garden. It did not look like a normal forest or a normal garden. This special garden had a large wall surrounding it. Even soldiers were guarding this garden. Hanuman's inquisitiveness increased. He cursed himself for not spotting this great garden earlier. As he moved towards it, he understood that it was Ashokavana as Sugriva had described it. This great vana was inside the main palace itself. Looking at Ashokavana, Hanuman intensely prayed.
So he is very happy. I think he hoped Sita in the Ashokavana. The Valmiki Ramayana, this says mantram. So you also chant this mantram. Namostu Ramaya, Namostu Ramaya Sa Lakshmanaya Sa Lakshmanaya Namostu Ramaya Sa Lakshmanaya Sa Lakshmanaya Devye cha tasmai Janakatmajayai Devye cha tasmai Janakatmajayai Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilobhyo Namostu Chandrarka Marudganebhyaha Namostu Ramaya Sa Lakshmanaya Devye cha tasmai Janakatmajayai Namostu Ramaya Sa Lakshmanaya Namostu Ramaya Sa Lakshmanaya Devye cha tasmai Janakatmajayai Namostu Ramaya Sa Lakshmanaya Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilobhyo Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilobhyo Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilobhyo Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilobhyo Namostu Chandrarka Marudganebhya Namostu Chandrarka Marudganebhya Namostu Chandrarka Marudganebhya Namostu Chandrarka Marudganebhya Namostu Ramaya Sa Lakshmanaya Namostu Ramaya Sa Lakshmanaya Namostu Ramaya Sa Lakshmanaya Namostu Ramaya Sa Lakshmanaya. Vishnum Sridharam Madhavam Madhusudanam Hare Krishnam Vishnum Sridharam Madhavam Madhusudanam Govindam Govindam Sri Ramam Govindam Govindam Sri Ramam 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 Raghupate Ramam 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 Raghupate 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 Ramam Ramam Hare Krishnam Vishnum Sridharam Madhavam Madhusudanam Govindam 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 Sri Ramam Govindam 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 Sri Ramam Hare Ramam Ramam Raghupate 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 Hare Ramam Ramam Hare Krishnam Vishnum Sridharam Madhavam Madhusudanam Krishnam Vishnum Sridharam Madhavam Madhusudanam 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 Hari.
This very important shloka in Ramayana, in which Hanuman at once prays all the God. Namostu Ramaya Sa Lakshmanaya, prayers to Rama and Lakshmana. Devyai cha tasmai Janakatmajayai, to all the devatas, to Mother Goddess Sita Mata. Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilebhyo, My prayers to Rudra, Indra, and to the Yama himself. Namostu Chandrarka Marudganebhyaha. My prayers to the moon god, to sun, and to the Marudganas, the angel groups. So Hanuman makes an intense prayer. This final place of search in Ashokavana must yield me the result of finding Sita. If not for this, what is the use of serving my Lord Rama? With this intense prayers, Hanuman, in one great jump from the main palace, he jumps to Ashokavana. He entered the garden which had more than thousands of species of trees and plants. It was a giant garden with amazing array of nature. It was planned and the plants were very well maintained. Observing all this, Hanuman thought this indeed must be the private garden of Ravana. That's why it is so beautifully manicured. Hanuman then moved ahead. He climbed a tree and saw all directions. He spotted a temple which was close by. He also saw next to the temple a 1,000 pillared hall. Imagine 1,000 pillars. Probably this prayer hall has about 20 pillars. 50 times this. So huge was the hall.
Chandrasila. Marble stones pillar.
And all the pillars were made by pure marble stones.
And gold covers.
And the pillars were enriched with golden accents. Gold was wrapped around the pillars. Indeed, it was the private hall of the great mighty demon king Ravana. There was even a small river which was flowing through that hall. So huge was that hall. Next to the temple, he spotted a lady. She was a sullen-looking lady who wore a jaded sari. She was surrounded by ugly-looking demons who were keeping a careful watch on her. Then Valmiki writes a beautiful shloka.
She is sitting, she is crying, it's very thin, and he saw Hanumanta, Sita. She is Sita. And the Valmiki says, in his words, to Valmiki himself is crying to the view of Sita. Upavasa krusham dīnām Upavasa krusham dīnām Nisvasantīm punaha punaha Nisvasantīm punaha punaha Dadarsha shukla pakshādhu Chandrarekha Dadarsha shukla pakshādhu Chandrarekha Mivāmalam 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 Upavasa krusham dīnām. So she is fasting, no food. Upavasa krusham dīnām.
Fasting had made this woman weak and sullen. She was distressed. She looked like a small crescent moon that comes 2 or 3 days after the new moon day. Poor Hanuman, what a scene to see Sita. Having heard about her great qualities, the great beauty of Sita, and the rich spiritual aura she exhibits, Hanuman had to see Sita Mata for the first time in such a state. If not for Hanuman, any other devotee probably would have had an heart attack.
Because she is looking like a Shukla Pakshadhu Chandrareka.
Like a small crescent moon just after the waxing gibbous moon. After 2 days after the new moon, you just see a tiny line of white light of the moon. It's just an outline of the moon. You can barely make out that the moon is there. It's a tiny white light. Sita was like that. She was just 1% of her original self. A faint glow of Sita Mata was present around her. With that faint glow, Hanuman had to make out and convince that this indeed was Sita Mata. After looking around, he even saw that some ornaments were hanging just above her on a tree. These ornaments were the same that were described by Rama that Sita was wearing on the day of her kidnap. He also noticed that some ornaments were missing from the list which Rama had given. Then he remembered that these ornaments which were missing were the same ornaments that were thrown away from the chariot which dashed across the sky few months ago. They were packed in a nice small pouch in a sari piece and it was thrown across. The rest of the ornaments were hanging above this lady on the branch of a tree. He even noticed that the color of the cloth pouch which was thrown from the chariot was the same color of the sari worn by this lady. It was one and the same. This made Hanuman to be sure that this lady was indeed Sita. Seeing Sita in such a desperate situation, Hanuman's heart just melted.
Bata bata seyam tanvangi arhati bhavitum ramasati. Bata bata seyam tanvangi arhati bhavitum ramasati. He confirmed she is Sita, the wife of Rama. Dinamalina sukrushabi shokaparita mlanapi. Dinamalina sukrushabi shokaparita mlanapi. Bhatiyam kila drushiti pra ayataneshviva suchikanikaya. Bata bata seyam tanvangi arhati bhavitum ramasati. Bata bata seyam tanvangi arhati bhavitum ramasati. Samprapta sura deshabi, samprapta sura deshabi, raksho vanita krantapi, raksho vanita krantapi. Sveyam sannidhi magatme, sveyam sannidhi magatme. Satyatarangan sarayati, satyatarangan sarayati. Bata bata seyam tanvangi arhati bhavitum ramasati. Bata bata seyam tanvangi arhati bhavitum ramasati. Asya Rūpam Ramasya Asya Rūpam Ramasya Asya Deeptim Ramasya Asya Deeptim Ramasya Asya Tattvam Ramasya Asya Tattvam Ramasya Drushtva Nūnam Siteyam Drushtva Nūnam Siteyam Drushtva Nūnam Siteyam Drushtva Nūnam Siteyam Tanvangi Arhati Bata Bata Seyam Tanvangi Arhati Bhavitum Mama Pura Mama Parapurusha Saktasya Mama Parapurusha Saktasya Yetam Shuddha Prakrutim Stvaga Yetam Shuddha Prakrutim Stvaga Darshayutum Kila Raghupatina Darshayutum Kila Raghupatina Sindhu Kramanam Magidattam Sindhu Kramanam Magidattam Bata 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 Seyam Tanvangi Satpurushottama Padagami Satpurushottama Padagami Seyam Prakriti Tasya Shubhaya Seyam Prakriti Tasya Shubhaya Rāmaṁ Sita Jnatvevam Sachchidananda Bhuyasam Sachchidananda Bhuyasam Bata Bata Ramasati 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 The complete Ramayana and complete explanation about Sita has a beautiful meaning in this bhajan, this Sanskrit bhajan. I think this explanation, it will take 2 days in this composition. And his complete story, Ramayana, and complete what is this Sita and what she is sitting, what she is suffering, says this bhajan.
One of the most stirring moments in Ramayana. The most revered woman in Ramayana, the mother goddess Sita in distress, and seen none other than the most powerful figures in Ramayana, Hanuman, but a helpless creature. What an amount of profound feelings and of sorrow and distress must have caused Hanuman to say all this. The bhajan says, if Valmiki has composed the shlokas in such a stirring manner, Swamiji too stirs our emotion with such a soul-stirring tune. The meaning of the bhajan says, oh, what is this? How tired is her body? She must indeed be the wife of Rama. She has all the class of being so. She is desperate, dirty, bony, withering away. She is immersed in sorrow. Yet her eyes are bright and it looks very energetic. But poor soul, she has landed in the demon's hands. Yet, because of her proximity, all her surroundings are sattvic and pure. Her beauty, her luster, her sattvicness is in total match with that of my Lord Rama's. I am praying that Paramapurusha, the Paramatma, just to exhibit its sattvic and pure qualities. Rama has indeed given me this sacred duty of sea crossing. Rama is indeed the greatest of men, Purushottama. She is the most auspicious Prakriti herself. May I understand this Rama and Sita concept in this manner and attain the form of Sachchidananda. So praying, our Lord Hanuman continues to wait. As dawn approached, he was surprised to hear Veda mantras. At that time, he spotted Ravana coming with his entourage. He came to Sita and he scared her with many threats. When that scaring with the threats did not work, he begged her. Hanuman, looking at all these antics of Ravana, he wondered why great Ravana was begging like a beggar. When begging did not change Sita's mind, Ravana again started to abuse her with harsh words and threats. Poor Sita trembled at these harsh words and she cried and sobbed at the atrocious shouts of Ravana. All along, Sita had placed a tiny broomstick in front of her. Not looking at Ravana but looking at that broomstick, she intensely tells Ravana with harsh and confirmed tone. She rebukes him and scolds him. Sita says to Ravana, just like the sunlight cannot be separated from the sun, I can never be separated from my Raghava, that is Rama. How can you separate sunlight from sun? Sun and sunlight are inseparable. Sita compares herself to that of sunlight and Rama to that of sun. You can never separate me from Rama, she says. I am prepared to die, but I will never turn adharmic. Oh, my only advice to you that you should send me back to Rama immediately, should you wish to save yourself and your kingdom. Otherwise, no force on earth can rescue you from my Rama's arrows. If Rama can threaten her, Sita too can threaten her. The only thing that prevented Ravana from touching Sita was his own curse, that if he forcefully tries to elope or destroy somebody, he will burn into ashes. He has to convince Sita to marry him. That was the only option. But Hanuman was mildly astonished at the will of Sita's stone. Ravana screamed at Sita. The entourage and the parivar of Ravana were trembling, seeing the rage in their master. Ravana shook his head violently and says, he orders the lady guards around her to convince Sita that Sita should marry Ravana. Ravana says, if you do not convince her by tomorrow, you all will die. Ordering this to his lady guards, Ravana leaves in a huff. Naturally, these guards started to torment Sita, who by then moved under to a different tree. Fortunately, Sita came under the same tree on which Hanuman was hiding. Then there was a commotion near another tree. All these lady demons who were tormenting Sita to marry Ravana ran towards that commotion. Hanuman too looked at her. It was an aged demon, Trijata, who was causing that commotion. She was telling to the other lady demons that she just had a dream, and in that dream she got indication that Ravana's end was coming closer and closer. So there was a closely animated chatting amongst all those guards who were to guard Sita and this Trijata. Just hearing this, Sita's left shoulder and her left eye shuddered. It is said that shuddering of left eyelid or the left shoulder is a good omen. Sita looked around for why she was getting such good omen. Then she spotted a pair of reddish eye of a monkey. She started to wonder if seeing the monkey means, what is this? Because seeing a monkey in a dream means a close relative of you will die. Sita worried at this thought. Sita did not know whether she was dreaming, if she was awake, or if she was having a reverie. Her thoughts were continuing in various ways. Hanuman too had the same predicament. If I approach her directly, what will Sita think of me? In which language should I converse with Sita? Should I speak in Sanskrit? Or should I speak in the demonic language? Then he came out of this predicament by deciding that he should speak in Saketa language, the language of Rama himself. Then Hanuman hit upon an idea. How to attract the attention of Sita, how to make her convinced that Hanuman is not an agent of Ramana who has been sent just to convince her, but that indeed he is a messenger of Rama who has been sent by Rama himself to Sita. Then he hit upon an idea. Then, forming a good bhajan on Rama, he started to sing the glory of Rama in the Saketa language.
Rama Rama Jaya Raja Ram, Rama Rama Jaya Sita Ram, Rama Rama Jaya Raja Ram, Rama Rama Jaya Sita Ram, Rama Rama Jaya Raja Ram, Rama Rama Jaya Sita Ram. परात्पर राम कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम शुद्ध ब्रह्म परात्पर राम कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम 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 जय राजा राम नंदन राम कौसल्या सुख वर्धन राम श्रीमद् दशरथ नंदन राम कौसल्या सुख वर्धन राम घोरताटक घातुक राम कौशिक मख संरक्षक राम घोरताटक घातुक राम कौशिक मख संरक्षक राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता श्रीमदहल्योद्धार राम त्र्यंबकार्मुक भञ्जक राम श्रीमदहल्योद्धारक राम पंचकराम कृतवैवाहिक कौतुक राम पितृवाक्याश्रित कानन राम कृतवैवाहिक कौतुक राम हरे राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम भरतार्पित निज पादुक राम शूर्पण कार्तिक विधायक राम भरतार्पित निज पादुक राम शूर्पण करदूषण मघ सूदक राम सीता प्रिय हरि नानुक राम करदूषण मुख सूदक राम सीता प्रिय हरि नानुक राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम मारीचार्तिकृदाशुघ राम विनिष्ट सीता मेषण राम हनुमत्सेवित निज पद राम नत सुग्रीव निज राम हनुमत्सेवित निज पद राम नुत सुग्रीव निष्टद राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम गर्वित वाली संहारक राम वानर दूत प्रेक्षण राम तव करुणामयि निमीष राम दृष्ट सीता माता राम तव करुणामयि निबिड़ा राम दृष्ट सीता माता राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीता हरे राम राम जय राजा राम राम जय सीता राम. Suddenly stopped this bhajan. Hanumanta is suddenly stopped because he is doubting. And Sita is thinking about Ravana. And he is thinking, he is doubting. So, Hanumanta has got a bad idea. And then he is afraid about Ravana, what he is thinking. So, he stopped suddenly. Then Sita is looking.
Hearing this prayer on glorying of Rama, Sita's mind just vacillated. At one time, she had this sudden spurt of joy. Then she was also worried that somebody is deliberately trying to trap her. She looked around. She then spotted a tree just above her, which is a Shimshupa Vruksha, a special type of tree. She spotted the face of a monkey. Sita got goosebumps. She really struggled. Then she intensely looked. There is indeed a monkey. That monkey is also folding its hand and doing namaskar. Though the monkey looked small, its tejas, the aura was great. It was so powerful she could barely see it properly. Sita naturally had this atindriya darshana shakti. She could see the inner power of a person. She could spot and she could scan. When she scanned Hanuman, that monkey, she could see that he was very powerful. But naturally, her presence, her situation, she was confused at everything that was happening. She was not sure if something was illusion, if she was not sure if something was true, what was reality, was it untrue. She was caught in between these two feelings. Then she somehow consoled herself. Then she again spotted this small monkey. Then she was worrying that she's probably slept too much and that she is dreaming. Sita was very worried that if she had indeed spotted a monkey in her dream, it for sure meant that somebody would die soon. Then she was worried, who will die? Her first prayers went to her in-laws, that nothing should happen to my mother-in-law or to any of the family in her mother-in-law's house. Praying that, then she confirmed that she was not sleeping. But she was wondering, how come a monkey in this garden, one of the most fortress-like garden, how can a monkey come inside? That too, speaking in Saketa language, my own language. She was full of these doubts.
In the mean way, the so many stories is going, like all the demons is talking conversation about Sita and Ravana. And there is very funny stories. There was one Trijati, the demon Trijati. He dreamed so many times about Ravana is fall down, Rama is victory, and Sita went back Ayodhya. So she is giving stories. That's a very laughing stories. In Indian language, Swamiji giving lectures. So one day or 2 days, the elaborating lectures about this Trijati dreaming stories. It's very beautiful, elaborating in Valmiki Ramayana and Tulsi Ramayana also, the Kam Ramayana, so many Ramayanas. That is very meaningful. It's not only jokes, there is very meaning. What is the dream? What is the Rama? What is the Sita? It's a very beautiful story, and so many stories in the mean. We have no time. That's why we are jumping like a Lanka. Okay. Hanumanta.
Swamiji found 8 days of lecture, 4 hours every day. Swamiji in the end said, this is grossly insufficient. Imagine condensing everything into 5 days. Sita could identify the sattvic energy. She was also surprised at the great sattvic aura of this monkey. But at the same time, she was scared that it was one of the tricks of Ravana to trap her. At that time, Hanuman jumped to the ground, stood a little away from Sita, folded his hands, did namaskar to her. He addressed her softly. Who are you, lady? Are you a Devata lady? Are you a Gandharva lady? Or are you a demon? With these words of Hanuman, he continued, you must indeed be a Devata herself, because you look like wife of one of the greatest of gods. Or are you the wife of the Ashtavasus? Or are you the wife of the Sapta Maruts? Who are you? Speaking this much, Hanuman fell silent for a minute. In his words, it appeared as if Hanuman had approved the beauty of Sita. See, Hanuman also was confused what to speak to her. He was afraid not to offend her. He was afraid that he might offend her with over-glorifying her, or if he praised her beauty, that Sita might read between the lines and start suspecting his motives. Then he suddenly changed the tone of his voice. He asked, Mother, are you Arundhati Devi herself? Or are you the Rohini Devi who has left the Chandra? Who is your husband? Who is your father? Who are your relatives? Why are you crying? Did somebody die? Or have you heard any such news? Oh mother, don't feel otherwise. When I look at you, you look like a normal human lady. Because your feet are touching the ground. Your eyelids are closing. You look like a human. But looking at your qualities, you look as if you are a great princess. You not alone a princess, you look like an empress. Don't think why I am asking so many questions. I just have one doubt. Are you the one whom Ravanasura kidnapped from Janasthana? Are you indeed Sita? Please tell me, don't fear. I will do only good to you. Please tell me, Hanuman says. Saying so, Hanuman looked intensely into Sita and he kept quiet. Then he again continued, O mother, all the great features which Rama explained about Sita I am looking in you. But there are only 2 differences. You look as if you are fully immersed in the sea of sorrow. You are so frail that you may die any minute. But for these 2 features, I can say for certain, you are none other than the wife of Lord Rama himself. I have no doubt about it. Seeing her confidence in him, Because Sita was keeping quiet, not uttering anything, she was just looking at Hanuman in a daze, thinking that he is slowly winning over her confidence. Hanuman slowly approached her. This caused Sita to worry again. She says, "Stop there. Explain me the qualities of Rama." Hanuman was taken aback, but at the same time, he was happy that she did not ask something which he did not know of. Qualities of Rama? Certainly, my mother, I will sing now. Hanuman sings.
So, he is very happy about this. He wants the first song to in front of Sita. He is praising Rama. And he is very happy about it. Because mother is asking to praise your father. So he is very happy about it in his father. So he is praising Rama. Jaya Jaya Pumsam Mohana Raghuvara Sitakar Shobhana. 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 Tava kalu rupam vikshya durabam prathamam janako mogamagat. Tava kalu rupam vikshya durabam prathamam janako mogamagat. Atadruštva sundara chapam sashvara janako mogamagat. Atadruštva sundara chapam sashvara janako mogamagat. Jaya Jaya Pumsa Mohana Raghuvara Sitakar Shobhana. Jaya Jaya Pumsa Mohana Raghuvara Sitakar Shobhana. Tripura Pimari Chastava Rupam Društva Mugdo Bhuri Cheta. Atra Vichitram Kinyan Manayo Avadhalingana Manatse. Atra Vichitram Kinyan Munayo Avadhalingana Manyecha. Jaya Jaya Pumsa Mohana Raghuvara Sitakar Shobhana. Jaya Jaya Pumsa Mohana Raghuvara Sitakar Shobhana. Tvam sammohaka rupopi sura sammohak charitopi nūnam moha shayakarta Sachchidananda karatva. Nūnam moha shayakarta Sachchidananda karatva. Jaya Jaya Pumsa Mohana Raghuvara Sitakar Shobhana. Jaya Jaya Mohana Raghuvara Sitakar Shobhana. He is praising His glory and His beauty, His Rama's beauty. More confidence is giving to Sita.
In this one bhajan, Hanuman gains the total confidence of Sita. What a great bhajan this must be. It just explains about the beauty of our Lord Rama. The short gist of this bhajan is, just by your beauty alone, your own father got attracted to you. It was the same beauty of you that your father-in-law fell for you. These two people liked you, but your beauty ensured that your enemy Maricha himself got attracted by you. Then where is the queerness if the great sages and saints wish that they should hug you, they should have an alingana of you? Your beauty is so captivating, it almost hypnotizes anybody. May that beauty give us Sachchidananda. This bhajan by Hanuman ensured that Sita got total belief in Hanuman. Because why would Ravana praise his enemy Rama? He may beg or borrow or steal Sita, but he would never praise his opponent just to gain Sita. Then Sita for the first time parts her lips and says, I am the daughter-in-law of Dasharatha.
Now she is giving her address.
Her introduction. She is introducing herself to Hanuman. See the luck of Hanuman, the fortune of Hanuman. He had the distinction of getting Rama introducing himself. Now he has the double distinction of getting Sita introducing herself. She says, I am the daughter-in-law of Dasharatha. I am the daughter of Janaka. See, here hides the greatness of our tradition. Once a girl marries, she is the daughter of the father-in-law first. She has gone into his house. That's why while introducing herself, she does not say, I am Sita, I am daughter of Janaka. This is not her statement. She does not even say her name. She first says, I am Dasharatha's daughter-in-law. Then she says, I am the daughter of Janaka Maharaja. After that she says, my name is Sita. I am Rama's wife. After my marriage, I had a blissful life for 12 years. In whose house? In my mother-in-law's house, not with my husband. I had 12 years of blissful life in my mother-in-law's house. On the 13th year of our marriage, Maharaja Dasharatha decided that he should coronate Rama Prabhu. But his third wife, Kaikeyi, had another plans. When she went and begged Dasharatha, Dasharatha himself came to Rama and requested him to abdicate his throne in favor of his brother. My master, Lord Rama, happily agreed to abide by the order of his father. At that same time, he got rid of his princely robes and he adorned the saintly robes of the tree, the bark of the tree. Then Rama requested that I should be left with his mother, that is Kausalya. But I was adamant. I said, I must follow the dharma of a wedded wife. I followed him. In front of his eyes, I also adorned the bark tree's clothes and followed him to the forest. The brother of my master Rama, Lakshmana too, took up the oath to follow his brother and followed to the forest. We three, we wandered through such difficult places, never heard of, never seen. In greatest and dense forests, we were wandering. At that time, this wild Ravana, this bad Ravana, kidnapped me and brought me here. This mad Ravana has given me bhiksha of few months to agree to his request. In that small time, all I am left is with 2 months only. After those 2 months passes, I will never be alive. When she said, I will never be alive, Sita's grief could not be contained. She cried, she sobbed like a child. Hanuman got the greatest of desire to console Sita. At that time, he addressed her differently. He said, Devi, that means, oh my master's wife. He says, oh Devi, I am the messenger of Rama. I am Ramadhoota. I am here because of his order alone. Our master Rama is very safe. He still possesses all those warrior qualities. He still possesses the Brahmastra. He is a great Vedic person. The Dasharatha's son. He has asked me to convey that he is fine. He has asked me to convey your fineness, whether you are fine or not. Your husband's brother Lakshmana is crying for you. He also has asked me to convey his pranams to you. Hearing all these words, Sita at once got both happiness and grief, and she also got total confidence in Hanuman. She then asked Hanuman to explain more about them. With this, Hanuman gained confidence and came close to her. But again, she says, "Oh Hanuman, don't come close to me, I am getting scared. You just tell me." Then again Hanuman prostrated and explained more and more about Rama. Then he offered to Sita a great gift. He says, "Oh ma'am, if you are prepared, you can sit on my back and I will take you back to Rama right away." For the first time in this story, Sita laughs. Sita laughs at Hanuman and says, "You look like a small cat. How can you carry me?" Hearing this word, small cat, Hanuman suddenly grew in size. Then Sita chanted the following shloka of Hanuman's Vishwarupa.
Because he shown his Vishwarupam. The first time Hanumanta has shown Vishwarupam to Sita. So I think this mantram, you also chant this mantram. This is a very important mantram. So Hanuman mantram is a very, very important mantram. Very sacred and sacred mantram. This is a authority mantram because Sita himself said that mantram to Lord Hanuman. Hanuman, he is gigantic Vishwarupam, like our Hanuman, who is Trinidad Hanuman. So like that. Vande Vanara Narasimha Kagarat. Vande Vanara Narasimha Kagarat. Krodashvaravaktrancitam. Krodashvaravaktrancitam. Vande Vanara Narasimha Kagarat. Vande Vanara Narasimha Kagarat. Krodashvaravaktrancitam. Krodashvaravaktrancitam. Nānālankaranam tripanchanayanam. Nānālankaranam tripanchanayanam. Dedepyamanam ruca. Dedepyamanam ruca. Hastabjairasiketa pustaka. Hastabjairasiketa pustaka. Hastabjairasiketa pustaka. Hastabjairasiketa pustaka. Sudha kumbham kushadrin halam. Sudha kumbham kushadrin halam. Katvangam panibhuruhau cha dadatam. Katvangam panibhuruhau cha dadatam. Sarvari garvapagam. Sarvari garvapagam. Sarvari garvapagam. Sarvari garvapagam. Vande Vanara Narasimha Kagarat. Vande Vanara Narasimha Kagarat. Krodashvaravaktrancitam. Krodashvaravaktrancitam. Vande Vanara Narasimha. Vande Vanara Narasimha Kagarat. Krodashvaravaktrancitam. Kagarat. Krodashvaravaktrancitam. Vande Vanara Narasimha. Vande Vanara Narasimha Kagarat. Krodashvaravaktrancitam. Kagarat. Krodashvaravaktrancitam. Nānālankaranam tripanchanayanam. Nānālankaranam tripanchanayanam. Dedepyamanam ruca. Dedepyamanam ruca. हस्ताब्जैरसिकेट पुस्तक हस्ताब्जैरसिकेट पुस्तक सुधा कुंभां कुशाद्रीं हलं सुधा कुंभां कुशाद्रीं हलं खट्वांगं पणिभूरुह चदतं खट्वांगं पणिभूरुह चदतं सर्वारि गर्वापगं सर्वारि गर्वापगं गर्वापगं सर्वारि गर्वापगं सर्वारि गर्वापगं। जय वीर हनुमान की जय। वंदे वानर नारसिंह खगराज क्रोडाश्व वक्त्रांचितं नानालंकरणं त्रिपंचनयनं देदीप्यमानं रुचा हस्ताब्जैरसिकेट पुस्तक सुधा कुंभां कुशाद्रीन् अलम खट्वांगां पणिभूरुहौ च ददतं सर्वारि गर्वापहम् is a Moola mantram, is a very important mantram, and the Vishwarupa mantram. So I think you are blessed this mantram. I am very happy about this mantram I have given to you and Trinidad Hanuman devotees. You know, and also we have recorded in CD also. I think tomorrow or day after tomorrow is coming that CD. Please listen the CD and Hanuman important mantras. Now Sita Mata himself is chanting this mantra to Hanuman, Lord Hanuman. So I think it will tomorrow or day after tomorrow will take CD is also coming. Now
if at all there is a single mantra which is most important to Trinidad devotees, this is it. Because Swamiji was saying that the 85 feet Hanuman here was envisioned by Sri Swamiji because of this Vishwarupa of Hanuman to Sita Mata. Swamiji had in a vision this Hanuman giving this Vishwarupa Darshana to Sita Mata of 85 feet Hanuman. It got translated in Trinidad. What a blessed land this is.
Tomorrow is Kumbhabhishekam.
And tomorrow at 9 o'clock is the Kumbhabhishekam. The short meaning of this shloka is, O Hanuman, you have 5 faces of a monkey, Narasimha, eagle, Garuda, Varaha, that is the boar, and Ashwa, the horse. Sporting these 5 faces, you wear many ornaments. You have 15 eyes. You are glowing with great energy. In the hands you have a sword, a protective pan, book, Amrita Kalasha, Ankusha. Then you hold another hand a small mountain. Another hand sports a plow, a crowbar, a snake, and a tree. You wear all this. And you are the greatest in killing the ego of your enemies. My obeisance to such a Swami. Saying this, Sita says she declines to take a ride back on his back, saying knowingly she can never touch another man. She also says she might be afraid that she might fall off from such great height. A happy Sita gave her ring Chudamani to Hanuman and requested him to deliver the same to Sri Rama.
Anjaneya Palaya Ardhamishtum Dapaya Anjaneya Palaya Ardhamishtum Dapaya Anjaneya Palaya Ardhamishtum Dapaya Ardhamishtum Dapaya Ardhamishtum Dapaya Anjaneya Palaya Ardhamishtum Dapaya Anjaneya Palaya Ardhamishtum Dapaya Tongi Raghupati Karyakarta Tongi Sita Pranadata Tongi Raghupati Karyakarta Tongi Sita Pranadata Tongi Purusha Prakriti Vetta त्वं हि सागर पारगामि त्वं हि पुरुषा प्रकृति वेत्ता त्वं हि सागर पारगामि आञ्जनेय पालय अर्थमिष्टं दापय आञ्जनेय पालय अर्थमिष्टं दापय त्वं हि राक्षस गर्वहन्ता त्वं हि सन्तत तत्त्वरन्ता त्वं हि राक्षस गर्वहन्ता त्वं हि सन्तत तत्त्वरन्ता त्वं हि मति गति नियन्ता त्वं हि रघुपति मन्त्रयन्ता त्वं हि मति गति नियन्ता त्वं हि रघुपति मन्त्रमन्ता आञ्जनेय पालय अर्थमिष्टं दापय आञ्जनेय पालय अर्थमिष्टं दापय त्वं हि शम्भो रूपपरं त्वं हि शम्भो रूपमपरं त्वं हि विष्णो प्रीतिभाक् त्वं हि विष्णो प्रीतिभाक् त्वं हि विश्वव्याप्तरूपी त्वं हि विश्वव्याप्तरूपी त्वं हि सच्चिदानन्द त्वं हि सच्चिदानन्द आञ्जनेय पालय अर्थमिष्टं दापय 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 आञ्जनेय पालय अर्थमिष्टं दापय. Now tomorrow is Kumbhabhishekam, 10 o'clock. So Anjaneya Kumbhabhishekam. So this today Swamiji given to mantra to you. And tomorrow we will finish the story about Anjaneya. Sri Pavanasuta Hanuman ki Jai. Sri Pavanasuta Hanuman ki Jai.